Chinese greens with oyster sauce are a classic side dish to any Chinese meal. I'm going to show you my version using a couple of extra ingredients to soup it up so you can impress your friends at home. Now the first, and I think my favourite ingredient to soup this up, is lap chong, or Chinese sausage. This is a cured sausage. It's quite sweet, but also quite savoury, full of umami, and you can see that it's got lots of pockets of fat. So we're going to use that to flavour up the oil. So I'm going to slice this quite thin on a little bit of an angle. Now if you didn't have any lap chong around, or you couldn't get your hands on it, bacon would work well as well. Then it's all about a couple of extra flavouring ingredients. So ginger and garlic, for me, two classic flavours that really lift this dish. So we're going to go into our hot wok here with some olive oil, and we're going to add in our Chinese sausage and just slowly render the fat out. I want to hear that sizzle straight away. Just give that a quick little stir. It's just going to fry and curl up, and the fat's going to render out. It'll happen quite quickly. So now we move on to our greens. So I've got some Chinese broccoli here. I'm just going to cut this into quite large chunks, and just the only bit I don't use is that big thick stem bit. Keep that for a soup or a braise. I've got some bok choy as well. Again, cut it into a couple of chunks, and some baby broccoli or broccolini. I just take the bottom off and cut it in half, so we've got nice chunks of that as well. And while that's happening, our Chinese sausage is fried off beautifully. And we're going to go in with our ginger and our garlic. This happens really quick because we've got a lot of sugar in our Chinese sausage, so from here we want to start moving pretty fast. Once our garlic and our ginger just starts to get aromatic and you can smell it, it's time to add our greens into our pan. So we want to add them all in one go, and these are going to spit and splatter and cook down really quickly. Now the other green I've got is some snow peas, and I'm going to add them right at the end to keep them almost raw. We'll start seeing flecks of ginger and garlic and the Chinese sausage covering all of our greens. I'm going to go in with our snow peas. We really don't want to cook them at all. Then I've got my oyster sauce, the star of the show. Probably about 100 mils of oyster sauce, just enough to coat everything. And I've also got some sesame oil. Now people are usually pretty shy of sesame oil, but I'm not. I like to do quite a big amount. 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, and here we go. We're just going to mix this through till everything's coated in the sesame oil and that beautiful oyster sauce, and then we're done. It's time to plate it up. If you were to serve that on the side of a steamed fish, it'd be the perfect accompaniment for your dinner. A bit of steamed rice as well. Now just to add some pops of crunch and texture and a nice little bit of colour, just some sesame seeds over the top. It's a bit messy, but it's absolutely delicious. That's my version of Asian greens with oyster sauce. That little trick of some lap chong, Chinese sausage, and some ginger in there to really lift it to the next level.